We're in here. Let the video upload a little bit before we get started. Okay, this is a little off the beaten path for the show, but this is titled Dillon Brooks Come at the King, Best Not Miss. And a lot of people don't realize that I actually played basketball, small college All American back in the late '80s. And you know how big America is, from the Gulf Stream waters to the Redwood Forest. America's a big place, so you know how nice I am. But Dillon Brooks was told by the Memphis Grizzlies that they did not want him back under any circumstances. The Grizzlies just got bounced by the Lakers in 6 games in the playoffs, and Lakers start their Western Conference finals semifinals against the Golden State Warriors tonight. But it's a lesson for a lot of people. You're gonna chop up some good games. So we usually talk about the economy and things important to the black community. This is extremely important to the black community because I'm a big fan of Dillon Brooks. He underperformed during the playoffs. I don't think anybody thought the Grizzlies would beat the Lakers without Steven Adams and Brandon Clark, but I just think they could have played a little better, especially Dillon Brooks. He's a dead-eye jump shooter. He did not shoot the ball well during the playoffs, which I was very surprised by. He's one of those guys who is not on my watch type of guys, which means that when he shows up, certain things are not going to happen on his watch. His team is not going to get bullied on his watch. They're not going to underperform, and they're going to bring it on his watch. And he's one of those type of guys that seems like he'd be fighting in the locker room if people underperform or don't bring it. I followed his career since he was at Oregon. Big fan of his, and he went at everybody at Oregon. He did not back down from anybody. He brought his game every time, every night. And the bigger the game, the harder he played. And he was phenomenal in college. And then I was really looking forward to seeing him play this year. I knew he'd have a much bigger role without Steven Adams and Brandon Clark there. And he just did not play well. I'm going to go through some of the stats right quick. Game 2, they beat the Lakers 103-93, and LeBron James had 28 points and 12 rebounds. He was 12 or 23 from the field, over 50%, which is good. But he was only 1 of 8 from the 3-point range. Dillon Brooks was 5 of 14 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. He had 12 points. And after the game, he talked smack, called LeBron James old, and so on and so forth. I'm just gonna try to share my screen and just show you his comments, right?
There are some people, Lakers are making that run, they get it to 14. You and LeBron have that exchange. There are people out there that say maybe you shouldn't do that with one of the better players in the game. What were you thinking?
I don't care. He's old. You know what I mean? I was waiting for that. I was expecting him to do that game 4, game 5. He wanted to say something when I got my 4th foul. Shouldn't have said that earlier on. But I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come and give me 40. I pride myself on what I do is defense and take it on any challenge that's on the board.
Okay, there you go. He called LeBron James old, and I don't expect people till they give me 40. So I didn't think this was a good idea at all. First of all, LeBron James is the king. Okay, I don't think Dillon Brooks should have given LeBron and the Lakers extra motivation to beat the Grizzlies. I don't think they would have beaten the Lakers anyway. But to give him extra motivation was ridiculous, especially somebody who, for LeBron, who's been in that deep water. He has 4 championship rings, been to the finals 8 times. Dillon Brooks hasn't been to the finals once, hasn't beaten anybody, and he's talking smack to LeBron. And you never know how people react when they get in that deep water, whether they're going to keep their form, like Mark Spitz, or they're going to start flailing around. And Dillon Brooks started flailing around. And let's be for real. Like, LeBron James is the king, the best player of his generation. All these comparisons to Michael Jordan is just clickbait, by the way. It's a complete joke to compare anybody to Michael Jordan, LeBron, or anybody else. But he was the best player of his generation. That series where they had against the Cleveland had against the Golden State Warriors a few years ago, where they beat the Warriors in the finals. LeBron seemed like it was like 4 of them. He was all over the place. He seemed like a cheat code. He was rebounding, blocking shots, getting loose balls, scoring, whatever the team needed. That chase down block against Andre Iguodala was phenomenal late in the series. If he doesn't get that chase down block against Iguodala, the Cavaliers lose. The play was also kind of made by J.R. Smith, where he forced Iguodala to double pump and just gave LeBron a chance to catch up and pin that shot to the glass. So it was sort of initially made by J.R. Smith, and then LeBron cleaned it up. But LeBron James almost single-handedly willed the Cavaliers to that championship victory against a team that had won 73 games that year. The Golden State Warriors were the best team in the NBA that year, arguably the best team in history based on their regular season record. And LeBron James took their soul, took the Golden State Warriors' soul. He took Steph Curry's soul. He took Klay Thompson's soul. He took Draymond Green's soul during that series. He damaged the Golden State Warriors' psyche so much that after the season, instead of going and do more push-ups and sit-ups and more jump shots and go to the Wizards to find a heart, they ran and begged Kevin Durant to come join the Warriors like an AAU team. Ridiculous. They went and got more help for a 73-win team, like an AAU team, and Durant was arguably the second best player in the league that year. They go ask the Durant to help them, who had already led his team, the Oklahoma City Thunder, to the Western Conference Finals, who were up 3-1 against the Warriors. I mean, it's ridiculous. But anyway, again, poking LeBron James was not a good idea. This is what happens after Dillon Brooks calls out LeBron. Game 3, the Lakers beat the Grizzlies. Dillon Brooks has 7 points on 3 of 13 shooting, 1 of 5 from 3-point range, and he's a dead-eye jump shooter. By the way, he played 19 minutes. He got kicked out of the game for hitting LeBron James in the groin and trying to make it look like a foul. He's no Matthew Dellavedova or Patrick Beverly, who are experts at accidentally hurting people and making it seem like it's a basketball play. He took 13 shots in 19 minutes. I don't know how you do that, but then he just kicked out of the game after 19 minutes on a team that's already depleted due to injuries. They need him to play a big role. LeBron James played 36 minutes with 10 of 20 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3. He had 25 points and 9 rebounds. This is what Dillon Brooks does after talking smack to LeBron James. Game 4. The Lakers take that by 6 points. Dillon Brooks goes 4 of 11 from the field, 1 of 7 from 3-point range. 11 points. LeBron James goes 8 of 18 from the field. 1 of 7 from 3, 22 points and 20 rebounds. So he asked for 40 and LeBron gave him 40. So I guess he earned Dillon Brooks' respect. 22 points and 20 boards. He goaded the Kang to give them 40 and the Kang gave him 40. Game 5. Grizzlies win. Dillon talks more smack. LeBron 5 of 17 from the field, 1 of 9 from 3, 15 points, 10 boards. Dillon Brooks 3 of 15 from the field, 2 of 10 from 3. He's a really good 3-point shooter, 2 of 10 from 3 during the playoffs. Scores 8 points. And they win the game, but it wasn't because of anything he did. John Moran had 31 that game. Desmond Bain had 33. So, it wasn't because of anything Dillon Brooks did. And then in Game 6, they close out the Grizzlies. LeBron goes 9 of 13 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Only played 31 minutes. Didn't need to play that long. While Dillon Brooks goes 4 of 11 from the field, scores 10 points, and they get blown out by 40. So he basically the Grizzlies almost had to get rid of him because the coach looks like he's out of control. He has no control over these players. You got Dillon Brooks talking smack to the Kang, he has more activity after the game than he does during the game. And away from the court, you got John Morant. You got him in the strip club making it rain. His entourage is going around threatening fans with the red beam with Pusha T playing in the background. And then he's apparently slapping 17-year-olds on the basketball court and on pickup games. So it looks like these guys are out of control, and the coach has no control over these guys. He can't get these guys prepared to be ready to play, even though they still would have lost, I think, even if they had been fully focused without, Steven Adams and the other kid. So this is the moral of the story. I mean, apparently Dillon Brooks has never seen The Wire. This is what Omar Little tells Weebay. And if he had seen The Wire, Dillon Brooks would have known what was coming.
Hey, yo, lesson here, babe. You come at the king, you best not miss.
So the moral of the story for Dillon Brooks is: you come at the Kang, you best not miss. He came for the Kang, and he missed. He came for the Kang, and he missed. And now he's looking for another team, maybe in China or Japan or wherever you. But that's the moral of the story. Come for the Kang, you best not miss. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you.